Okay, so today we are talking about
Yes.
describing process. So while describing process, first of all, we're supposed to know what is mean by describing process. Describing, describing is nothing but explaining about the
Something.
things. So whatever the
Right.
things we are talking about, we need to talk about that in detailed manner, right?
Right, sir.
So generally in the describing process, what kind of things we will do? Like describing a person, describing an object, describing a place, describing a situation. So generally these are the areas we will focus in any description, whether it is a product or whether it is a software or whether it is any kind of thing which is used for our description, a describing process. Generally these are the aspects or these are the areas we will focus on describing process, right? So first of all, take describing a person. Okay, so while describing a person, what are the things we need to keep in mind? What kind of things we need to keep in mind, right? So what kind of things we need to keep in mind while describing the process or
Sir,
describing a person,
I think it's about its personality or looks or
right? Alokji, how about you?
it's
Uh, Describing a person means it's describing ourselves or the person to whom we are telling the descriptive thing.
For example, if we need to talk about a person, so what are the things you will
Hmm.
take into account? So what kind of things you will focus generally?
The person's personality, their professionality, their knowledge, their intellectuality, etc.
So knowledge, personality, right? Anything else?
Yes. The
do he say
communication,
that
uh, the in which language or the
Communication or language? Anything else? Right.
background.
Background, right. So these are the areas you will focus while you are talking about a person. Very good. So for example, if you want to talk about a similar kind of object, I mean, if you're talking about a human being, these are the areas you are going to focus. Now, if you are talking about an object,
shape, size means dimensions or something?
right. So dimensions, dimensions, anything else?
Field of
Orientation.
use.
Sorry,
Field of use
Orient.
means
only dimensions or anything else?
Sir,
use of
orientation can.
that object. Alok sir, please, you can.
Right.
Sir, use of that object.
For example, if you want to talk about this pen, so what are the things you will talk about this? What are the things you will
Use,
keep in your mind?
use.
Prop features.
Features or users, okay. Only features? Anything else?
Benefit, cost,
Cost, okay.
worth.
Okay, users nothing but work, right? So how it is going to help us? So that is nothing but users,
It
right?
from where it is originated.
Okay. So origination or originated.
Looks.
Very good. Looks. Looks are shape, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shape. Anything else?
Object में
Dimensions, users, cost, origination of thing, look, shape. Anything else? Right.
features.
Great. Okay. Great. So, for example, if you're talking about the similar way, if you're talking about a place,
Sir, we can add here the USP word.
Himanshuji, I'm not able to get you clearly. Can you speak once again?
So
Sir, Alok sir,
I have told.
Uh-huh.
Sir, can we describe an object in the heading of describing an object? We can add here the USP of that particular project or object.
Yeah, sure, sure. That part we will discuss. So I'm just taking a little bit inputs from the participant,
All
right?
right, sir.
So a
Just a
place.
minute.
Now just focus on the place. If you want to describe a place, so what kind of things you will keep in mind?
location, location,
Okay, location. Anything else? Only location?
and नहीं location के अलावा भी again looks matter means
How it
how the
looks?
place is
Okay, how
and
it looks.
how it looks हो गया और
Anything
things we
else?
can get at that location.
Okay, things are speciality. Can we say? Can we call it as
Especially, yeah,
speciality?
famous of for
Yeah, famous for. Okay,
on temperature base means
sorry.
location temp weather is also you can
Environment
say
or temperature or weather, right?
yeah right
Right. So anything else?
uh
All right, describing a situation. Similar way, if you want to describe a situation, so what kind of things we will take into account?
time
Very good. Time,
of that situation and
place,
criticality criticality means how critical the situation is,
Okay.
or easy, or
Circumstances.
circumstances. Yes. Right.
Anything else?
Where it happens means
Yeah, location,
Full, full
location.
story.
location. All right. So now my question is, if we observe all the four aspects, either it is describing a person or describing an object or describing a place or describing a situation, right? So if you observe
Uh-huh.
all the four aspects, whatever the inputs you have given, just observe them and try to tell me what is the similarity between one another. There is a similarity between one another. Try to observe that and then give me the answer. Just observe all the four inputs, whatever the inputs you have given, just look at them once and then try to understand what is the similarity between one another and then tell me. So what is the similarity?
Describing means
No.
they all are interdependent, right?
Okay, they all are interdependent. Then how about, so you are talking about all the four aspects, right?
Right.
Okay. So have you focused on describing person? Understood what are all
Yes.
these things?
Yes.
Right. So how about object? Complicate this part. Observe all these things. Don't think much, just look at the things. Whatever the words we just written there, just look at them and
Uh-huh.
try to understand. Don't overthink. This part complete, describing an object completed,
Mhm.
Hmm.
right? Then how about this one? Describing a place.
Hmm.
Then the last one, describing a situation,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So now I hope you might have got a little bit idea. So what are all these things? Just what is personality? What is knowledge? Right? So
Yes,
just
sir.
try to understand
Hmm.
what is personality, what is knowledge, what is communication, background, language, dimensions, issues, cost, users cost, organization of things, organization of things, looks, shapes, location, looks, things, famous for environment, time, place, criticality, circumstances, location. If we observe all these things, there is a simple and a common thing. If you observe all these things, you will be able to identify a common thing, right?
Features.
Features, great. Anything else?
Features, USP. uh, physical features,
So,
tangible and intangible benefits.
so if we observe all these things, directly we are able to see, we are able to observe, right? So for example, a person's personality, we can easily identify. Communication, we can easily identify. Background, language, dimensions, uses, cause to origination, looks, shape, location, everything you'll be able to identify, right? So now,
Right.
while you're describing anything, whether it is a person or object or a place or a situation, we need to focus on only one aspect, that is nothing but whatever the things you are able to see, right? So whatever the things, whether it is height, weight, texture, color, users, all these things. So whatever you are able to see, those are the things we need to keep in mind to talk about or to describe any object or a person or a thing or a place, right? So we need to keep in mind that if you are describing something in a sense, you need to think about their physical structure, physical components, physical aspects. For example, if you want to talk about a person, describing a person, you just need to start with head and you have to end up with the toe. For example, how his head, how his hair, how his hair color, how his hair texture, then face, how his face looks like, whether it is oval shape or triangular shape or cylindrical shape, right? So you need to talk about a shape, then color, and then texture, right? Then complexion. Complexion is nothing but skin tone, right? Whether it is smooth skin or dry skin or oily skin, right? And whether it is blacky or brown or white or red, right? Then after the body parts, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, lips, fangs, next cheek, right? So chin, neck, like that. From you have to start from the head and you have to end up with toe, which means you need to talk about only the things which are able to see. If you are not able to see, you can't be able to talk about it. For example, if you are describing a person, how he looks like and how he, if you talk about the person, you should not talk about how the blood flow in the veins, how the lungs are working, right? How the food is digesting, right? So these are all areas we are not able to see. So we can be able to talk about that because that is unseen. We can be able to see that. But if you talk about that particular part, for example, if you talk about a particular thing, particular organ, for example, heart, you can talk about how the heart looks like and how many chambers are there, how the blood flows, right? How the blood filters or how the blood purifies. Like that, you can talk about that, right? That is nothing but object. If you talk about a place, for example, a place, take a place like Tirupati. But as I'm from Tirupati, you can talk about your place. So Rajasthan. So where the Rajasthan is situated geographically, and what is it famous for, and what kind of traditions are there, what kind of cultures are there, what kind of people are living there. I mean, what are the tribes, what are the type of people are living there, what are their customs, what are their traditions, what are their languages, right? What kind of food they prefer to eat, right? So these are the areas we need to focus about if you're talking about a particular place. Then situation, right? For example, just talk about the situation, our online training, right? So this is the situation. So I have given the situation to talk about our online training. You can talk about how our session starts, how are the students, how many participants are there, who is the instructor, who are the participants, in what way we are receiving, and on what subject or what aspect we are taking the training, right? So like that, you can focus on every aspect. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. So this is the way how we can describe a thing. So now let me describe this pen. So first example I'm going to take up myself. Then after I'll give you one example for both. You can describe. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about this pen. So this is the pen made up of plastic and then a little bit metal on the cap. If you are able to see, there is a
Yes,
metal,
sir.
right? So and
Right.
this pen is consists of different parts like cap, refill, and the body, right?
Right, sir.
So this pen is in smooth in nature and then round in shape, okay, and then uh, this pen
Contain.
made up of plastic and little bit rubber. So for the grip they use a little bit rubber here, okay, and this pen
Right.
is in blue color, and this pen company is Hoser, right? And this pen is in blue ink, right? So this pen generally used to write. So this is the way how you're supposed to talk about only the theme made up of texture, color, finally uses. That's it. You don't need to bother much. You don't need to talk about how they prepared, when they prepared, how much time it took to preparation, right? We don't know all those things, but whatever the things you know, I mean, that is what I said. Whatever you are able to see, right? So whatever the things you are able to see, just focus on that and just talk about that. That is what the meaning of describing process, right? So now
Okay.
I'm going to give you the same concept for both, right? Same product. You have to describe. Who is going to describe it the best way? Let's see.
Open.
Same pen?
Alok sir can sell only. He can't describe.
Yeah. Alokji, can you tell me what do you want to talk about?
He want to
I
sell
want to
with
talk.
a pen with a camera,
Yes,
huh?
please. Camera, but now
With camera, great, great, great.
and so, but now I am talking after listening your teachings. I will tell most about there is smoothness and grip when using both